Yeah, good afternoon. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Saturday, the 12th of June, 2021. This is just my weekly analysis video where I go over all the pairs I am trading using the high probability and divergence methods on the daily time frame. The two systems from my two books, the two books on the right, this one here in the middle and this one on the right here. So we'll have a look at the charts. First up, big welcome to anyone that's new to the channel. Thanks for joining. Also, anyone that's joined the Facebook group or the Telegram channel, much appreciated. These aren't the world's best videos, so forgive me for my zero editing skills. So it's all ad lib. I just wing it. Just turn on the microphone and the video, and off we go. So let's have a look. First up, you're going to see a lot of lines, a lot of different colors, different indicators, etc. on my charts. Now, this is just a Word document that explains what all the different colors are, what the different indicators are. So you can pause the video, have a read of that, or take a screenshot. I normally explain how things are going anyway, so it's pretty clear when once you see the charts. As if you've watched the last couple of videos, you know I've decluttered everything substantially. There's no more hedging, etc. on the charts. So that note you see about sequence 1, sequence 2, you won't see that on the charts anymore unless I'm actually in two different trades in different directions at the same time. But you can read this. Look, I understand that English is not everyone's first language. You may not understand my Australian accent. So just you can slow down the video, pause the video anytime, or speed it up if I'm talking too slow or it's too boring, etc. But yeah, so I'll bring this up at the end, but this basically explains everything anyway. So first up, let's have a look at the news in the week ahead. Now, this doesn't really worry us too much being trading on the daily time frame, but for those day traders, and I know there's a lot of you out there, this is something you should be paying attention to. This is Forex Factory, just an economic calendar. It's free. Everyone's got access to it. This is all in my local time. I'm currently living in central Vietnam, so this is all in Hanoi time from Vietnam. So Monday, June the 14th, it's a public holiday in Australia, and it's also my brother's birthday, so happy birthday, Sean. So here we have, I only look at the red, which are high impact events. Now, there is a bit of news this week, not much on Monday, but on Tuesday, we've got core retail sales net out of the US, so that can be a market mover on the USD. Canadian CPI on Wednesday. The biggie's early Thursday morning for me, so it's 1 a.m. my time. I normally stay up for this FOMC statement, which is the US interest rate news, all right? So they're not expecting a change, but this is and can be at times a real market mover, something to be very aware of. Then we've got on Thursday, later on the day, New Zealand GDP, employment numbers out of Australia, which can be a big one. Then we've got Swiss interest rates, which just generally doesn't move the market that much, but just something to be aware of if you're trading the Swissy. Friday, I don't think we've got much going on. Oh, what have I done here? Gone way too far, Jim. Good one. All right, where are we? Get back onto the right week. Friday, yeah, not much. So the Thursday's the big one, from the US interest rates through the Aussie employment numbers, Swiss interest rates. Then there's nothing really after that. So that's the news for the week ahead. So just be aware of that. Now let's have a look at the charts if I can find them. They're somewhere here. Here they are. So this is my watch list on the right. These are all the pairs I am currently looking at. Now you'll see there's quite a few. I've added lots more. We even go down the list here. We've got a few obscure ones you've never seen before. USD, Mexican peso, Norwegian krone, Singapore dollar, Turkish lira. So there's plenty here, even the gold, silver, US 500 and Bitcoin, etc. So we'll go through them. We'll go through the ones I'm, if I can find where I'm at. Here we go. Right, I know what's going on here. All right. So the ones highlighted in blue are the ones I've called trades on recently. The ones in orange are something I'm going to talk to you about those trades. So we'll just go through the ones that are highlighted. I'll ignore the ones that aren't highlighted, so I get through it pretty quick. AusCAD, there's a buy signal here. Always, you can read my notes. Pause the video, read my notes on the charts. There's if it's a high risk trade, I'll call it, like here, high risk trade. The trend is down. Now, I'm always drawing these divergence lines in. You can see green is bearish, bullish divergence, bullish. Buy signals are the blue lines. So the stop loss is this red dotted line, and that's just a suggested stop loss. That's where I would put it if I was taking this trade. This was a buy signal here. You can read it. It's going nowhere quickly. MACD is already through the zero level. I'd really want to see this go up towards the MAs. That's a 50 to 100 to 240. I'd like to see price go up. Now, this is a high risk trade to begin with, so you'd be lower risk, smaller position size, etc. But it's still slightly profitable, but not going anywhere fast. Oz Swiss. This is a buy signal here. There is a grey warning. This is like a warning thing to me because there's a red dot on the MACD Platinum just on the zero level. Now remember, with the MACD Platinum, I'm looking to buy when it's below the zero level. This is zero level here, and looking to sell when it's above the zero level. So that's just the way the MACD Platinum works. You can see here, there's a buy here. That's a good trade. There's a sell signal here. It's against the trend. So you can see, just take the buys. You'd be sweet there in this uptrend. But here we've got a buy. And look, it's a high risk trade again. You can read prices not making high highs. It was supported by regular bullish divergence, and the MAs are starting to turn. And this grey warning line with a red dot there now, either you can close a trade out or jam your stop up a bit tighter, but it's just up to you what you do there. But it's a high risk trade initially. Aussie New Zealand, let's have a look here. This is a buy signal here, going nicely. Buy here, supported by regular bullish divergence. Stop there. Now this one's gone through nicely. We're well through the zero level on the MACD Platinum. I'd be closing half and bringing my stop up somewhere up here. That's what I was doing. So let's just say that's what we would do. We just bring our stop up somewhere like that. And so winning trade, that one. Aussie USD, this is a buy I took the other day, and it was all very flat. Look at this. This thing's just gone flat. New buy signal with trend trade, flattening, prices going sideways. Valid setup all the same. It's been tough trading some of these pairs on the daily charts lately. But yeah, that buy is going against me. Right, CAD Swiss, highlighted in pink. There's a reason for that. Took a buy here. The suggested stop was down here. Got this sell signal here. This grey vertical line. There's a red dot on the QMP field. You can see there. I marked that. I would have exited that trade. Taken the loss. Instead of getting stopped out here, would have been stopped out on the open of that candle there, taking that loss. So that trade is finished with. So we can get rid of that. It was a failure, which happens in trading. So I'll fix that up later. So that's finished that trade. CAD Yen. We're in a sell here. It's a high risk trade. You can read my notes again. Look, it's going, the MACD is still heading down. We're already through the zero level. Ideally, again, you want to sort of head towards the MAs and look at taking some action. If you wanted to, you could bring your stop down, just put it above the highs here to reduce the risk. So a high risk trade to start with. Swiss franc, Japanese yen, same deal. It was a sell back here. I've since drawn, it went up against me and it's come down again. So we've got a little new sort of resistance level here. Didn't break the previous high. Stops above that already. I've drawn a vertical line there. It's a green dot on the MACD Platinum below the zero level. Actually, I could probably draw in, which I didn't notice before, but I can notice now. Start drawing my trend lines in. There's a potential divergence coming up. I don't think it'll happen. I think price hasn't come back close enough to the MAs, but there's certainly, I draw these trend lines in preparation. Hasn't been confirmed yet. So if price keeps on moving down, just move the line down. And if it goes below that level, it's no longer valid, just delete them. But in the meantime, that it's potential setting up for a divergence, but it's still coming down, I'll say the price. Euro Aussie, let's have a look. Took a sell here. We're through the MACD's through the zero level. We're sort of in profit. I'd probably bring my stop down just above this high here and tighten this right up. It was a high risk trade to start with. There's been a lot of crappy trades lately. Euro Swiss, it's highlighted in pink for a reason, similar to the CAD Swiss. I took the buy here, then we got this sell signal before I got to the stop or we might have been stopped out actually. I'm thinking that might have been stopped out. Yeah, probably stopped out, same. So we would have, that trade's finished with, taken the loss, move on. The sell, No, I didn't call the sell trade. I didn't like it. So probably in hindsight, it's probably a pity, but that trade's finished. All right, Euro Yen. Sell up here, went against me initially, going nicely. High risk trade again. A lot of high risk trade setups, all against the trend. Look at the trend. That's up 50, 100, 240 MAs. Slowly grinding up. This thing's grinding up, as you can see. But MACD Platinum's not. But through the zero level, you could tighten that, bring that stop in above that high or something like that. Pound Aussie, let's have a look here. In a sell back here, you can read my notes. Like I said, you can pause the video, read my notes. It was taken on this trend line break. So the sell signal was actually here where the grey vertical line is. The sell signal remained valid. There was no new buy signal. The MACD was rolling over, so there's divergence. So I've drawn this trend line across the lows here. It broke this trend line here, took the sell in here, went against me initially, not too close to my stop. It's come down nicely, now just hovering around somewhere. Look, MACD's through the zero level. It's up to you what you do with it, but it looked like it was going the right way. It was a high risk trade. I don't even think I wrote about high risk there. Oh, yeah, high risk, yeah, its trend appears to be turning up. Yeah, the MA's certainly turning up. Pound CAD. It's a sell, and it's just gone against me slowly. Then I had a bearish candle in there and a bullish candle, another small bullish candle on Friday. Stops there, just having trouble breaking this previous high. Not looking good. Pound Swiss. Now remember all these, if you take all these trades, they're all correlated. They're all pound trades, so just be careful. Right, we had a sell in here. You can read my notes again. High risk trade, trading into the MAs. It started off nicely, then had a bullish candle on Thursday and a slight bearish candle on Friday. You could tighten up the stop if you wished. It's a high risk sideways action. Pound Yen. Sell again, going nowhere fast. She's been pretty boring on the daily time frame. We're just in profit. MACD Platinum through the zero level. You know, you can tighten up the stop a bit, or you can close out half and tighten up the stop. There's options. Pound USD. Sell trade, another one that I took it on a trend line break. There's sell there, drew this trend line. This high is good resistance level. Price cracked up there again, came down, broke there, took the sell, and look at the sideways action on that pair also. The good thing is we've got a new red dot on the MACD Platinum below the zero level, so it gives you some confidence that it continued down. You know, that was a bearish candle on Wednesday, bullish candle on Thursday, bearish candle on Friday. Go figure. Probably looks better if you looked at, say, the 4-hour chart. It's probably a lot. Yeah, there you go. It's all sideways action, even on the 4-hour. So that's the daily chart. Again, drawing these trend lines in, looking for potential setup. It's not happening yet, but preparation. New Zealand CAD, I think I took a sell here. Took a sell in here. I was concerned about this previous low, which you can see in my notes there. It went against me initially, then it's come down nicely. Friday's heading in the right direction. MACD still above the zero level. Still got to break this low here. Is a sticking point, but it's break that. It'd be a lot more comfortable. Comfortable, is that a word? USD Swiss franc, took a sell in here. Not going very well at all. Again, this previous low, I think I made is I don't know if I did. It wasn't a buy trade. Took the exit, took the sell. It's all a bit tight. A lot of sideways action. Needed to break this low here, but it's a sell supported by a hidden bearish divergence there, there and there. Dang, dang. See the highs. A little bit tricky when you look at that. You don't think it's a high, but that is the high there. All right, what do we got below me? Let's have a look. All right, where were we on the USD Mexican peso pair? I don't normally trade. What did I do here? Took a sell. This is, again, we've got this previous low. Really need to break that. It was with the trend, so I was confident the trade. Went down nicely a couple of days, and Friday it's popped up. It's a volatile pair to trade at the best of times, but I'm just trying to. You can see by some of the huge candles sometimes it's in the spikes and that it's a volatile pair. Not one of my favourites, and I'm pretty sure, like the USD Turkish lira, it's got big swaps on one side. So you make money on one side, but you lose a lot of money on the other on overnight interest. So that's a sell signal going against me a bit, not the best. USD Singapore dollar. This is a buy signal. It's a high risk trade. We got this big support level here. We're trading into the trend there, supported by divergence, regular bullish divergence. It's went against me initially, but now starting to pop up nicely on Friday. So the stop's below this low here. It's okay. USD Turkish lira, I mentioned it before. It's a volatile, look at the big spikes on the candle sometimes. Like the Mexican peso, it can be a bit of a roller coaster, so be careful of trading those sort of pairs. Sell signal up here, high risk. You can read my notes. It's come down nicely, hit the MAs. I'd be closing out half of this. As soon as the price hits that MA, MACD platinum through the zero level, you'd be closing half, bringing your stop right up, just in here somewhere, just to reduce the risk. USD, South African Rand, buy signal a couple of days ago. Again, high risk trade into the trend. Popped up nicely initially, then bearish day on Thursday, which is a real theme, then a bullish day on Friday. The market doesn't know where it's going. And you got to remember too, like with the markets, what do they say? About 70% of the Forex market or the currency markets is affected by the US dollar. So you're at the beck and call of the US dollar. Right, gold USD took a sell up here. So you can read the notes, as I always say. Sound like a broken record. Read my notes. It's a sell trade, high risk trade. It's gone against me initially, but it's coming on Friday, come down nicely back towards my entry. In the meantime, getting ready for looking for potential buy setup or tighten up the. You could probably bring the stop down here somewhere above these highs in here. But at the moment, that's gold. It's a volatile pair to trade also. It's gold against the USD. Now the other one, the last one on the watch list that I've got highlighted in blue is Bitcoin. I don't generally trade Bitcoin. I have got crypto accounts with Binance and CoinSpot out of Australia, but it's just more for the altcoins, etc. I'm not a Bitcoin trader as such, but I'll always watch the chart and I'll mark it up. Now we've got this sort of support level here. We've got a buy signal in here. There's not a lot of data. It's hard to get a read on this chart because it's had these parabolic moves. Big line here's a 50,000 level. You could probably draw one at 40, probably one at 60, one at 30. Big numbers. So we've got a buy in here. It's gone against me initially, come back down towards this support level here. And the stop's just below that, and it's popped back up again. Volatile thing to trade. It's not something I'd trade. You can see my notes there. But yeah, definitely in a buy mode, and hopefully it goes up because I'm sort of trying to cash in on a bull market on the cryptos. So that's it for the pairs. I go through these pairs pretty quick nowadays because there's not much really to explain other than the setups. There's nothing new for Monday that I can see anywhere, which is unusual, but there is no new trade setups for Monday, and that's the good thing with TradingView. It shows you the actual setups, whereas it'll give me if there's a new QMP filter dot, it will display it on the Friday close, whereas MT4, MT5 don't do that. So yeah, I'm still calling all the trades, all these setups in the Facebook group and the Telegram channel. So they're called at the time. So there's a transparency and accountability there. I'm no longer keeping the spreadsheet other than for my old high probability trades. I'm not calling them other than making mention of them in my channels, but I'm still updating the spreadsheet and posting the screenshots. So all these trades I showed you on the watch list there, all those, they're screenshots recorded and put in a shared folder. So everyone's got access to them also. So here's the notes again if you're wondering what all the different colours are on the charts, etc. Saturday, it's a bit overcast here. There's football on. My team's had a win just. My team on Wednesday got absolutely hammered, so that wasn't good. But anyway, enjoy the weekend, folks. Thanks for watching the video. If you do like the videos, I know they're not the most exciting ones, I get that, but it's trading. If you could hit the subscribe button or the like button, that would be greatly appreciated. Stay safe wherever you are, and thanks for watching. Cheers.